framework. Express is a minimal and flexible Node.js web application framework that provides a robust set of features to develop web and mobile applications. It allows us to set up middlewares to respond to HTTP requests. It also defines a routing table which is used to perform different action based on HTTP method and URL. It also allows us to dynamically render HTML pages based on passing arguments to templates. It also facilitates a rapid development of node based web applications. We can install the Express framework by using this command npm install express save. This will install the Express framework globally. We can see that the Express has been installed properly. There are three other modules which you need to install with Express framework. One is body parser. This is a Node.js middleware for handling JSON, raw, text, and URL encoded form data. Cookie parser is a header and it parses cookies and populate request cookies with an object keyed by the cookie names. Multer is a Node.js middleware for handling multi-part or form data. We can install these three modules by using these commands. This is a very basic Express app which starts a server and listens on the port 8081 for connection. This app responds with a hello world message for request to the home page. For every other path, it will respond with a 404 not found error. Let us run this server. Let us place a request to the server. We can see that the hello world message is printed on the web browser. Express application makes use of a callback function whose parameters are request and response objects. The request object represents the HTTP request and has properties for the request query string, parameters, body, HTTP headers, and so on. The response object represents the HTTP response that an Express app sends when it gets an HTTP request. We can print request and response objects which provide lot of information related to HTTP request and response including cookies, sessions, URL, etc. Routing refers to determining how an application responds to a client request to a particular endpoint, which is a URI, a path, and a specific HTTP request method that is get, post, and so on. We'll modify the Hello World program to add functionality to handle more type of HTTP request. This function responds with a hello world on the home page. This function responds a post request for the home page. This responds a delete request for the delete user page. This responds a get request for the list user page. This responds a get request for ABCD, ABXCD, AB123CD, and so on. Then we'll try to create a server which listens at the port 8081. Let us try to run this program. We can see that the example app is listening at the port 8081. We'll try to place 4 types of requests to that server. This is to place a request using get. In this we'll pass a list user as the parameter, hence we see a output as page listing. Here we pass ABCD as the parameter, and in this we pass ABCDEFG as the parameter. Since ABCDEFG is not a parameter, we get this appropriate response. We can see that on the server program we have got three types of requests. Since the fourth request was invalid, it doesn't get printed on this console. The first one was the list user, next one was the ABCD, and then was a request to the home page. Serving static files. Express provides a built-in middleware called express.static to serve static files such as images, CSS, JavaScript, etc. We can use the syntax app.use express.static and passing the folder name. You simply need to pass the name of the directory where you keep your static assets to the express.static middleware to start serving the files directly. For example, if you keep your images, CSS, JavaScript files in a directory named public, then we can use the command app.use express static and passing the public as the parameter. This is the program to use this type of concept. Let us try to run the program and place a request for the image logo. First, let us start the server. Let's place a request for the image file called logo.jpg. We can see that the logo is being printed on the web browser.